Hey, Dan here, and I want to share some advice I think we all needed to hear in our early 20s because this can set you up for a lot happier, a lot cheaper life. We're at a time in the world economy where things are getting tight, prices are going up, and we all want to have the best life we can with the money we have. What I want to share with you in this video is a big picture idea that, if you apply it to your life, can allow you to live better, have more fun, better relationships, and generally more satisfaction without spending more money. In fact, usually spending even less money. The basic premise here is that chocolate tastes good. A Hershey's bar, not too bad, you know? Give me a Kit Kat. Wonderful. You move up to the 70% dark chocolate. That's kind of my ideal range, I'll be honest. Once you start moving up and up and up, yes, the chocolate does get better. But at what point have you changed your taste buds so you now always need to eat the $20 chocolate? So one of the things that's really important to understand is our whole experience in life is relative. As Ellen Watts says, you cannot appreciate order without chaos. We compare things to one another. So you can use this when you think about your life and how you spend money. It's easy to find yourself in your 20s with a lot of disposable income. And then comes a situation where you start spending that and you start raising your standards. Back in college, the cheapest possible beer was cool, you know? Any wine was good wine because you had wine and you had friends. But now you have this extra disposable income and you think, well, I gotta be working anyhow, I have this money, let's spend it. And gradually among friends, the standard keeps raising and raising and raising. And then what used to be a $20 dinner out is a $40 dinner, a $50 dinner, $60 dinner. This isn't always bad, of course, right? Raising your standards in life is important. If you raise your standards and you say, hey, I am this healthy now and I wanna be this healthy, that can be really good. Sometimes, especially if your work is aligned with who you are and you enjoy it, raising your financial costs can be good motivation to work harder and do more. I think about this with my own business, where I love what I do, it's aligned with who I am, I think it helps the world. So sometimes if I spend more and it makes me have to work harder, it means I'm making more videos, I'm working with more clients, I'm having a better impact. But the problem is that for many people, the way they earn money is not really how they want to be earning money in the long term. It's a career they don't necessarily like or a short-term job. That means you want to keep your cost of living as low as possible so you have more freedom to make a change and figure out the thing that you really want to do and then do the thing that you really want to do. If you are thinking of making a move soon, starting your own business or growing your business, going full-time, something like that, you can start to cut these costs and downsize and change up your cost of living so you have the freedom. Because ultimately, if you're not doing the thing you care most about in life as your thing, as how you spend most of your time, all these other things are distractions. There's a reason people working outside their purpose in a job that requires long hours and a lot of hard work, but isn't really what they're meant to be doing, that those people often are driving the nice cars and taking luxury vacations and buying expensive fashion labels because they need to justify it, they need to vent, they need to get some good feeling from life because they're not getting it from that work. Whereas most of the people I know who are pursuing what they really want to do don't spend most of their money. They're pretty happy. They keep the budget low because they don't have this excess and everything they need to go off. And they're not trying to detract themselves from that purpose in life that is right here that they're not doing because they're in it. So they can look themselves in the mirror. This is another part of the comfort zone we can trap ourselves in. We build up this life of literally physical comfort, nice food, wines, where we live, how we live, which is great if everything else in your life is happy. But if there's a big change you want to make that requires leaving behind those things, maybe giving up some of that financial abundance, it's going to be a lot harder. That's why this concept of relativity and the $20 chocolate is so important. Because when you realize that your enjoyment of something is based on your comparison to other things, then you can hack that system a little bit and find ways to make it a lot more enjoyable. In my 20s, I went through a business failure and a bankruptcy, and I was broke. Broke. There was many times going to the supermarket using my debit card, which would then be rejected. This was before the apps on your phone where you could check if you were going to be embarrassed in front of everyone at the supermarket. So after that experience of really not having anything, still to this day, more than a decade later, Just that little sound of ding of the debit card being approved at the grocery store gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling. It's like, wow, I have gratitude. I could pay for this food, pay for these groceries. And kind of following that feeling sometimes. I'll buy a cheese or some meats at the grocery store. Nothing fancy. I'm talking the basic, stuff. But just taking the time to sit and eat it in a way where I have some gratitude and appreciation of it, and remember the times when I couldn't just do that. It becomes easy to lose the appreciation of things, to go from the person who cuts off a piece of that amazing steak and savors it and thinks, wow, where did this come from? To someone who's living in Argentina, eating that steak every day as if it's chowing down a cheeseburger. It's very easy how that can happen to us. And taking the time to be conscious of what we're comparing things to and how we're enjoying what we have can be really helpful. It's not, I need to have this wine, I need to have this kind of apartment, I need to have this kind of car. It's, I appreciate this, I'm grateful for this, but I don't need it. Another great trick, if you really want to amp up your appreciation of what you have, is doing some kind of a fast. I've done fasts with food, and after 2 days, let me tell you, herbal tea tastes like heaven, and I am not a herbal tea fan. So eliminating things from your diet for a period of time is a great way to then appreciate it later. Same with something like a digital fast. I've talked about digital detox, dopamine detox before on this channel all the time, that we build up a tolerance to a lot of stimulation, a lot of dopamine, and it's very hard to get enjoyment out of small things like sitting and reading a great book. But if you eliminate all that dopamine for a few days, suddenly that book is absolutely fascinating. I think it's really important that as early as possible in your life, whenever you're watching this, you start thinking about how you construct your life. Because if you do that, you're gonna have a lot more options. So understanding how the enjoyment we get from things is relative and how you can use this knowledge to lower your expenses while increasing your enjoyment of life is going to allow you to set your life up so you have a lot more freedom to do the things you want to do. Remember, ultimately, our purpose on this channel is to allow you to create the life you want based on your personality. And that requires having the freedom, not getting stuck in debt, high expenses, or any kind of psychological or physical comfort zone. So really, that's what this video is all about. Now, if you happen to be an ENP or INFP, and you are interested in this concept of building your life around your personality, thinking and being proactive, I have a free training series for that. I'll include the link as a card and below in the description. So do check out that free training, and I will catch you in the next video soon.